So kind of before you start getting going, it's easier to put the tail in first. So just put it in. You're gonna make sure that it gets nice and snug down there. You wanna make sure the tail goes that way, goes facing up instead of down, or else Fritz looks like he's very scared. Yep, so just kind of before you start anything, make sure you get that set in place, it'll be easier. So you're gonna start with the ankle guards. Make sure the piece is on the outside, make sure it's not inside out. After you get those on, make sure you put the shoes on first because you can't put the rest of the suit on without the shoes on. Then we'll start with the body suit. Clothes, loose, nice and loose, stuff that you don't mind getting sweaty. No tank tops just because the body odor, the sweat gets into the suit more easily. Make sure you do wear socks. Other than that, shorts, definitely a must. Shirts, like loose fitted. Okay. All right, so we'll start with the body suit. All right, easy peasy, you'll just step in one at a time. There's that. And then you'll have your handler zip that up for you. All right, next piece is gonna be the onesie. Just like the fat suit, you're just gonna step in one at a time. Just like that. Go ahead and slip it over your shoulders. Your handler will also be able to help with that as it kind of starts to limit your mobility a little bit more. Get it over there. There's going to be a zipper, and then you'll do the buttons. Make sure your hair doesn't get caught. Alrighty, so then after the onesie, we're going to go back to the pants. Again, they're just going to slip on. Make sure your handler kind of stands behind you, because once you kind of start getting that tail in, it's going to want to go a million different places. So we'll start slipping those on. And then just kind of, yep, make sure you get that all set. Get it on. Alright, so the tail, where the pants have suspenders on the back. So I'll have the handler hand you the suspenders first because it helps hold the pants up. There's going to be 2 buckles on the front. There's that one right there, and then that one right there. As soon as the handler's kind of done getting the tail all set, there's going to be a strap that comes from behind. Go ahead and just like that, just kind of like a belt. And yep, make sure they tuck in all those black straps because they will show under the jersey.
And this would be good too for a handler to help also with the feet to make sure that the stirrups are on. That one actually looks like it is.
Yep.
The other one too.
That.
Perfect.
Just helps if you're jumping or moving around a lot. Makes it a little easier. It's easier for the handler to take it from the back and just go slip into it because we don't have much mobility with our shoulders or arms. So reaching up is kind of a hard thing. So make sure that's all set. As a handler, just dependent, you might want to safety pin the jersey, just kind of depends, but it looks like it's sitting kind of nice. So yep, then we'll move to the feet. There's a strap on the inside of the foot. It's very tiny, very short, so that will connect to, where is it? There's that piece. Recommended that the performer just does this. It's easier for them to feel around, easier to balance. So you'll just buckle it up right there. Kind of tuck that in. Make sure that's all set. We'll just do it with the other foot. Next is the head. Again, kind of in preparation, you want to start with the chin strap, going in the right direction, kind of on one side of the helmet. There's a buckle right there, a buckle right there. As well as on the other side, there's going to be those 2 buckles. Once the head is on, and you'll see this later, there's going to be 4 straps, 1 on each side that are going to buckle in the front, back, side on the shoulders. So as soon as the performer gets it on, let them get the chin strap on, and then as soon as they have the chin strap buckled, the handlers can go ahead and go around and strap those in. So we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, so one of the rules is that Fritz can't talk once Fritz is in costume, so Fritz's head is on. So at this point, Fritz isn't talking. If at any point Fritz needs a break, Fritz will do the following motion to let people know they need a break, and we would immediately remove the head so that they can breathe and provide direction. You can see handlers are now tucking in and snapping. It'll be easiest if you go that way, you can see it's right there. So sometimes it's easier just to lift up the jersey, tuck your hands through. And this again is where it's really important for the handlers to assist in prepping. This is where they're going to adjust the mane, because obviously in there in the mane is where our performer is able to see out of. We want Fritz's mane to still look natural. Then we're also going to do the hands. You'll notice that on the hands, we have on the hands one button that comes out and then a lot of innies. So it's easiest to pick the out first and to clip that on and then to follow around. This again is where it's nice to have two handlers. It just makes for a quicker process because then they can split up. So at this point, Fritz is all suited up and ready to go. Again, you might need a brush, you might need a safety pin. This is where you'll ask Fritz, Fritz, are you feeling okay in the costume? Thumbs up, we're good to go, and then we'll move. Okay, so we're gonna do the unsuiting next. First, I do wanna point out, we talked earlier when we were costuming about how important it is to tuck in straps. You can see here to the side, one of our straps has already come out. Our performer is never going to notice that. First off, because they have limited mobility, and second off, because they're trapped in a suit. So this is where the handlers really have to pay attention. If they need to, you know, oh, Fritz, turn this way, and then casually tuck it up and in. Fritz, you're looking good. All right, but now we're gonna go ahead and de-suit. So we're gonna move in the same order we did before. If we take off the hands, then the performer themselves will be able to join us because they'll have a little bit more mobility. And then next we're gonna take off the head so they can breathe, because your breathing really is limited in the costume. And then I'll let once the head is off, our performer will take over narrating what helps.
Oh, fancy seeing you here. All right, yep. Pretty much just go in the order that we came. And take the jersey off, slip these shoes off. Goes a lot faster when you're taking it off. There's that. All right, go ahead and buckle the suspenders, buckle the tail. There's that. Go ahead and slip that off as gracefully as you can try. Alright, there's that. Got the buckles, or the, buckles in the zipper. That. Other zipper. Okay, slip that off, slip that off. And then you're pretty much right where you started. There's that, alright. And then after that, it's going to be the handler's responsibility. Make sure all pieces, including the foot guards, to be put back into the bag, back to the closet, hung up, Febrezed, and make sure the performer isn't seen. There it is.